What is up, guys? Raftel here. And Dragon Ball Super Chapter 62 just came out a couple of hours ago and it is making people go crazy. This chapter has done so many things that I don't think even Dragon Ball Z and early Dragon Ball have done. The chapter starts off with Moro who has just absorbed 7-3 facing off against Vegeta. Vegeta's managing to get a couple of hits in, but nothing to even do some serious damage. And I think the biggest blunder that they have committed is, especially Gohan and Piccolo, is to not inform Goku and Vegeta about 7-3's new technique that he can absorb your ability if he touches your neck. Moro grabs Vegeta's neck and absorbs his abilities. Usually this might have not been a huge threat or a huge problem because Vegeta's abilities are not so diverse or not so versatile as a Namekian's ability, like Piccolo's ability. Vegeta's abilities and attack, his entire arsenal is like based with ki blasts and variation of ki blasts. The same thing goes for Vegeta, the same thing goes for Goku as well. Because the only thing that Goku knows which is different from Vegeta are the Spirit Bomb, Instant Transmission, and the Kaioken. Those are the only three techniques that Goku knows that Vegeta doesn't. But this is not the usual case. Vegeta has gone and undertook serious training and has learned something called Forced Spirit Fission. And with Moro touching Vegeta's neck, Moro has the ability to use Forced Spirit Fission. You might be thinking that Forced Spirit Fission, it's gonna not be of any use. But it is Piccolo who points this out. Even I didn't catch on to it as quickly, but Piccolo instantly tells that this is bad than we realized. Our last resort, that is fusion, either by the Metamorphosis dance or the Potara earrings fusion, is out of the table here. Because Moro using Force Spirit's fission means that he can separate Goku and Vegeta even though they have been fused. So having Vegito or Gogeta come in and save the day is completely out of the question. And the one more thing that I like to point out here is Piccolo has been in the sidelines for quite a long time, and I really hope that he is somehow brought back into the story because he was the first one to realize this. And his brain and his ability to think and the way he processes things is great. That's what makes Piccolo one of the most brilliant fighters in the universe. I just hope that somewhere down the line we get to see Piccolo back into the fighting lines alongside with Goku and Vegeta, not just giving commentary at the side of the fights. That being said, this is where something very interesting happens. Since Vegeta has been knocked out by Moro by a Big Bang attack, I think that's one of the most insulting things that have happened to Vegeta over the years, being taken down by his own attack. Now something happens in Dragon Ball Super that I really appreciate and I wish I could have seen more in Dragon Ball Z. It is teamwork. Typical shonen usually have this element embedded into the story at multiple points, but for some reason Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z didn't even get into the tip of the iceberg of teamwork. They used teamwork, I think, maybe once or twice. But here in Dragon Ball Super, I think teamwork is coming into a lot of play, and I really like how Gohan and Piccolo were brought back into the fight from the sidelines. Piccolo grabs Moro's leg. Gohan uses the same technique that Goten used against Majin Buu back in the old days. They immobilize Moro, and Goku instant transmissions in front of Moro and a Kamehameha blast to the face. They are in good sync even though they have not fought together much. Yeah, you can count the tournament of power, but in the tournament of power, the team battles were quite less, and most of the time it was 1v1. I was expecting Moro to take severe damage in this, but to my shock, Moro pulls a complete cell and regenerates. And unlike Cell, Moro walks slowly towards Goku and impales him. I have not seen Goku in this much trouble since. Oh my god, I can't remember the last time Goku was in this much trouble. I don't think that Goku has suffered so much. Even when it came to Frieza, we knew somewhere at some point Goku's going to transform into the Super Saiyan. And when it came to Cell, Goku was playing this cool guy card where it seemed like he had something under his sleeve. In terms of Majin Buu, we had already seen Super Saiyan 3. But this is the first time I think that Goku is in such deep trouble. And moments later, Gohan, seeing his dad being impaled, rushes at Moro, completely filled with rage. But the energy which is provided by being enraged is not enough to close the gap between Moro and Gohan. That is really unfortunate because I wanted to see Gohan do something. Now Gohan and Piccolo are also knocked out. At this point, everyone in the lookout realizes how much trouble they are in. Vegeta's out, Goku's been impaled. So Dende decides to come in, kind of heal up the guys. Krillin also notices the power levels of Goku and Vegeta dropping rapidly. Krillin tries to get there with a bag of senzu beans. But the thing is, Dende commits a mistake. And this is where you can see that Moro is really a cut above your typical Dragon Ball villain. Dende sort of tries to communicate with Piccolo saying that hang on for a couple of fights, I'm on my way and we will patch up Goku and we can go on with the fight. But Moro immediately intercepted, puts up a barrier around the whole fighting field. I don't know why Moro did that because Dende and Krillin are not going to be so much of a threat. If you're impaling Goku, who's a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, how much threat do you think Krillin is? So, for some reason, Moro puts up a barrier. Piccolo, again, proving that he's the most brilliant fighter around, immediately uses this. He sort of tries to blow himself up in an attempt to take Moro and everyone along with him. But Moro, in mere minutes, blasts Piccolo through his heart with a special beam cannon. That's right, people. Moro has absorbed 7-3 and can use 7-3's abilities to copy, and he can also use abilities of people whom 7-3 has copied, and he has no time limit. Moro is getting up to be one of the biggest threat in Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super, Z, GT, everything combined. I don't think I've seen any of them in so much trouble because usually we have fusion to save the day, but now that's out of the question. With Piccolo being knocked out, Android 17 and 18 try to rush Moro, but they get knocked out one shot each, and we have 6 people dying, almost 6 bodies here, and Space Patrolman Jaco. So the entire fate of the universe rests on his shoulder. At this point, it looks hopeless. Dende arrives at the scene, but he's stopped by the barrier, and Jaco just points his laser gun toy against Moro, and I'm guessing that I didn't know what to expect after this point, because anyone who was capable of doing anything is knocked out. But then this is something I think will have severe consequences in the future of the Dragon Ball series. we have an angel coming over and letting Dende in. That's right, people. This is the first time we are getting to see an angel actually get into action. An angel prepared to fight. As Jacob is about to shoot Moro with his laser gun, this angel infuses his energy and confirms a violation of the heavenly law that angels are not allowed to fight. And the person who does it is Miras. I was sure that when you saw this manga panel, I was sure that it was V's just, trying to just give a little push, not breaking any law. But this one kind of confirms it. I think this still might be V's. Because Dende looks up at this angel and says that you are, like as if he recognizes it. But Dende has not seen Miras. So I think this might be V's, and V's I think has made an exception allowing Miras to fight. But I'm pretty much sure this is going to have a lot of consequences. Or it might have zero consequences. It might be that these allowed Miras to fight, but under certain conditions you're not allowed to use your angelic powers, or you're not an angel, you're a galactic patrolman first, or something like that. Very curious as to see how this all adds up. I'm pretty sure this person here is V's, because you have V's clothing here and Miras is at his Galactic Patrol uniform. We'll see what happens. And this can also lead to the end of Dragon Ball Super. Since even though they take care of Miras and V's take care of Moro, they still have to answer the Grand Priest. Why did they violate such a heavenly law? Why do angels need to fight for immortals? If it's one thing if it were for a god of destruction, but why mortals? This is kind of the question the Grand Priest might ask. And seeing all this interference, and the Grand Priest kind of sources it back to Goku and Vegeta learning about the gods, maybe he uses his magic to make it as such. No mortal is allowed to interact with a god apart from the Kais, or erase all their memories, and all the god transformations are forbidden from now on. Maybe that is how Dragon Ball Super will end, and if it ends in that way, we have a good chance of the story linking back to GT. So basically the Grand Priest must come and tell that, hey, you guys have been causing too much trouble because you learned about the god of destruction and this god power levels. So we are going to forbid you and erase all your memories regarding the whole encounter with Beerus, Moro, Jiren, the Tournament of Power. We're going to erase everything, and at the same time we are also going to erase your power levels, erase your abilities to transform into gods. If that is the case, it makes perfect sense. The story will join perfectly with GT. That might be there. Or we might have to see Miras being destroyed or erased by the Omni King or the Grand Priest. Either of the two is possible. I don't know, we have to wait and watch, but this is some really unprecedented stuff. I don't remember. If any of you guys remember where we had so much trouble with dealing with the villain. I'm really trying hard to remember this, but I think the only person who comes close is Vegeta. When Vegeta came to Earth as a villain for the first time, I think that's the time we had this whole tag team. Everyone is injured. Somehow we managed to push through. But I don't think it comes close to this one. And Frieza, Ginyu Force. Ginyu Force also, we had Goku coming. We had that idea that Goku was going to make it. And with Frieza, we had the whole concept of Goku transforming into Super Saiyan. androids we had Vegeta transform, and with Cell we again had Goku cool Gamina. Yeah, I think this is the first time this has happened. I'm genuinely scared about the Earth, the survival. I was until we had Mirror show up. Really curious to know what you guys think, especially do you think that Mirrors will continue this fight, or will Dende heal Goku and Vegeta and they continue this fight? That's all I have for this one. Thank you for watching. This was my first live stream, so if I messed up somewhere, I'm really sorry. And I'm thinking of doing a lot of live streams, like a tag along video, so I can put out some theories and I can have an interaction with you guys. So definitely let me know if you like this video by hitting the like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll see you guys in the next one. Probably tomorrow we'll be discussing about Boruto manga chapter 48. So subscribe, don't miss that. We'll have a nice discussion. Bye bye.